Your Suzuki can last 125,000 miles. Some do, most never get close. Not because the engine is flawed, not because Suzuki builds them to fail, but because riders quietly destroy them with habits they've never been told to question. Not instant destruction, worse, slow damage you don't notice until the repair bill shows up. These are the 7 habits that consistently take years off Suzuki engines, and at least 3 of them most riders are doing right now, on every single ride. Habit 1. Riding hard on a cold engine. Oil pressure builds quickly, but cold oil and cold clearances are still not ready for hard throttle. Every time you start a cold Suzuki, that oil is thick, the metal components are contracted, and everything is operating at tolerances that were designed for a fully warm engine, not the one sitting in your driveway at 40 degrees. The moment you crack the throttle hard on a cold start, you're asking those components to move at speed with oil that hasn't thinned out and clearances that haven't expanded to their operating range. That combination accelerates wear in ways that don't announce themselves until thousands of miles later. Premature cam lobe wear, timing chain stretch, and accelerated ring damage all trace back to the same pattern. Engines that were pushed hard before the oil and the metal were both ready. Suzuki's GSX-R series and the Hayabusa are high-precision, tight-tolerance engines. They're built that way because they're designed to perform at extraordinary RPM when every condition is correct. But those fine tolerances work against you on a cold start. Revving a cold GSX-R is not warming it up, it is wearing it out. Don't sit there idling forever. Let the idle stabilize, then ride gently until the engine is fully warm. The performance will still be there when the engine is actually ready for it. Habit 2. Short trips that never reach operating temperature. 5-minute rides are not harmless. They are one of the quietest ways to contaminate your oil. Oil circulates, but it may never get hot enough to burn off moisture and fuel dilution. Every cold start introduces combustion byproducts and condensation into the engine. On a long ride, operating heat burns most of that off before it can do real damage. On a short ride, none of it gets the chance to leave. Over time, that contaminated oil can attack surfaces the owner never sees. Bearing faces, cylinder walls, oil passages that were never designed to carry acidic, moisture-laden fluid for tens of thousands of miles. There's another consequence that rarely gets discussed. Incomplete thermal cycles leave unburned fuel residue on cylinder walls, stripping the protective oil film from the piston rings. The rings lose their seal gradually. Compression drops quietly. The engine starts consuming oil, and the owner assumes it's age, when the real cause was months of short rides that never gave the engine what it needed. Bikes like the V-Strom 650 and the SV 650 are genuinely durable platforms when run correctly. But run them cold, stop them cold, repeat that cycle every day for a year, and the wear that appears will not match the mileage on the odometer. If your Suzuki mostly does short errands, give it one proper 30-minute ride every week. That single habit makes an enormous difference. Habit 3. Lugging the engine at low RPM. If the engine is chugging, shuddering, or refusing to pull cleanly, you are not saving fuel. You are hammering the bottom end. Lugging happens when the engine is working too hard for a gear that's too tall. When the RPM is too low for the gear, load, hill, or throttle you are asking from it. It doesn't complain loudly in the moment. The bike keeps moving. But inside, cylinder pressure spikes, combustion becomes uneven, and the connecting rod bearings absorb forces they were not designed to handle at those rotation speeds. Most riders lug their engines because it feels smooth. The bike isn't protesting. The throttle feels manageable. At lower RPM, there's a relaxed quality that makes it easy to assume you're being gentle. But being in the wrong gear under load is not gentle. It asks the engine to produce more torque than it can generate efficiently at that speed, and the bottom end absorbs the difference. On the V-Strom 650 and the 1050, both V-twin engines with wide torque curves, the response feels forgiving even when the engine is being worked beyond what's comfortable for it. Big torque does not make lugging harmless, it just hides the abuse better. A Hayabusa will tolerate lazy riding better than a small engine, but that does not mean it likes being lugged. The displacement gives it headroom, it does not give it immunity. Downshift before the strain begins. Keep it in a range where the power feels clean and the response feels immediate. Your engine will tell you when you're in the right gear. Habit 4. Letting the oil go past its useful life. Oil doesn't just lubricate, it carries combustion byproducts away from cylinder walls, transfers heat from friction surfaces, neutralizes acid from fuel residue, and holds microscopic metal particles in suspension until the filter can capture them. But oil degrades. Its chemistry breaks down with heat, with use, and with time. Once it's past its useful life, it stops being part of the solution. The interval that matters is in your Suzuki owner's manual, not on a bottle or a forum comment. And if your riding involves short trips, cold starts, and inconsistent use, that interval becomes more important, not less. Old oil does not fail all at once. It slowly stops protecting the engine you paid thousands for. On high-revving GSX-R engines, tired oil is especially hard on the top end, where heat and RPM are brutal. The valve train, the cam surfaces, the shim buckets, all of them depend on oil that still has the chemistry to do the job. When it doesn't, the wear is quiet and it is consistent. On air-cooled Suzuki Cruisers and older models, oil is also part of the cooling strategy. There is no liquid coolant absorbing heat away from the cylinder. The oil carries a larger share of that thermal load. Running degraded oil in an air-cooled engine in summer traffic removes a layer of protection the engine was engineered to have. Change the oil on the right schedule. Use the correct specification for your engine. And if your riding is mostly short and cold, err on the side of changing it sooner rather than later. Habit 5. Skipping valve clearance checks. Skipping valve checks is one of the most expensive forms of denial in motorcycling. There is no warning light, no unusual sound in most cases. The engine just quietly develops tighter and tighter clearances until the valve stays slightly open during the exhaust stroke. Hot combustion gas flows back past the valve face with every cycle. The face overheats, it erodes, eventually it burns. And what started as a skipped inspection becomes a cylinder head repair with a price that will stay with you. Many GSX-R models call for valve inspection around 15,000 miles, but check your exact manual. The number matters less than actually doing it on schedule. On any high-mile Suzuki, tight valves can turn a cheap inspection into a cylinder head repair. The labor difference between catching it early and catching it late is not marginal. It is substantial, and riders who have been through it once rarely skip the service again. A high-mile Hayabusa with unknown valve history is not probably fine. It is an unanswered question with expensive consequences. The Hayabusa runs hot and works hard. The valve train carries that load every mile. An owner who has never checked the clearances on a well-used Busa is not lucky. They are just waiting. If your Suzuki has passed its valve inspection interval without service, that is the most important item on your maintenance list right now, before anything else. Habit 6. Hot shutdown after sustained hard riding. Killing the engine immediately after a hard run traps heat in the head and upper engine. The cooling and oil systems stop moving right when heat soak peaks. What that means in practice is the oil sitting in the hottest zones, around the exhaust ports, the upper cylinder, the cylinder head, has no circulation, no flow, nowhere to go. It sits there and absorbs heat that the systems were designed to carry away while they were still running. Repeated heat soak abuse can accelerate oil breakdown and bake deposits in the hottest areas, not from a single shutdown, from a pattern. And that pattern is what most riders don't recognize as a habit. They just think of it as parking the bike. On the Hayabusa and the GSX-R 1000, which generate serious heat under extended hard use, this is a consistent concern. Their cooling and oil systems are well designed, but those systems require circulation to function. Shut the engine off and the system goes static. Everything that was being actively managed stops being managed at exactly the moment it still needs to be. After a hard mountain run or track-style riding, cool it down with a few easy miles before parking. If you stop immediately, a brief idle is better than a key-off panic shutdown, but don't sit there cooking it forever. The goal is letting the systems wind down while they're still moving, not replacing one problem with another. Habit 7. Neglecting the cooling system. Running old coolant or straight water in a modern Suzuki is not saving money. It is gambling with aluminum parts. Modern coolant does three things well. It transfers heat efficiently away from the engine. It prevents corrosion inside aluminum cooling passages. And it raises the boiling point of the system, so it can manage high operating temperatures without losing fluid to vaporization. When coolant ages past its service life, all three of those protections weaken at the same time. Corroded passages restrict flow. Restricted flow creates localized hotspots on aluminum cylinder heads, standard across the modern V-Strom range, the GSX-S lineup, and the Hayabusa. Uneven heat distribution leads to uneven thermal expansion. That is how head gaskets fail. And a head gasket failure on a modern Suzuki is not something you fix on the side of the road. Use coolant that meets Suzuki's spec for your model and climate. Plain water is an emergency get-you-home solution, not a maintenance plan. A common rule is about every 2 years, but your Suzuki manual wins. If you bought the bike used and don't know when it was last done, drain it and start fresh. The cost is minimal. The protection it provides is not. These habits do not announce themselves. They work quietly, over thousands of miles, until the engine that was built to last starts showing wear it was never supposed to reach. The rider who never had a problem usually did not avoid problems by accident. They avoided the habits that caused them. There is a difference, and it matters, because one is luck, and the other is something you can actually control. Suzuki engines usually do not die because they are weak. They die because owners treat maintenance like a suggestion. The riders who make 125,000 miles on these engines are not lucky, they are consistent. And consistency, it turns out, is the only thing that actually keeps an engine alive.